This explanatory speech is on the role of the FDA. There are many different key actors playing a plethora of different roles in the food industry, but the United States Food and Drug Administration is arguably the most influential in regards to the enforcement of laws and the creation of new policy. The FDA regulates many things, including food, cosmetics, drugs, medical devices, tobacco, and even vaccines. The premise of this speech is to examine the role of the FDA in the food industry, to see how the FDA affects policy, to look at the process of getting a product approved, and how the FDA can play into the hands of food lobbyists and ultimately food companies. According to the FDA website, the mission of the FDA is to protect consumers from potentially harmful products and to ensure the safety and efficacy of drugs, food, and much, much more. The FDA covers a broad range of products that go way beyond food, such as tobacco products and medical devices. The FDA affects policies based on research and which is conducted in both the labs and in the field. They receive and review products submitted by companies who are looking to get their products approved. These companies have already done extensive tests and extensive research, but they just are waiting for government approval. The FDA generally takes their time with the approval process to ensure that the product is not only safe, but safe for consumption, but will be beneficial to the public. The FDA has very specific guidelines for products that can be approved and cannot be approved. On their website, they draw a very fine line between the approval of products and the approval of companies. The FDA specifically states that they will approve certain products, but are in no way approving the companies that produce those products. For the most part, the FDA's effect on policy is to approve or to deny new products. However, if they see a product that needs to be changed, or see a policy that needs to be changed or critiqued, they'll go right ahead and do that. But most of the policy changes they do are approving new products or denying new products. The process of getting a product approved by the FDA can be a very lengthy and tedious task. Oftentimes, a product can be under review by the FDA for years until it'll get approved. This is a reassuring thought as a consumer because it tells me they're really working hard to ensure the safety of consumers like myself. Like any other government agency, the FDA can be easily manipulated to benefit the food industry. The food industry spends millions of dollars each year through lobbyists in the hope that it'll gain a favorable position with the FDA. Lobbying can easily pay for itself if it speeds up the approval process. Speeding up the approval process will mean that the company can offer their product to consumers faster, which will equal more money in the end. The FDA does have the same revolving door problem that plagues other government agencies. For example, in 2010, Michael Taylor, a former FDA employee turned Monsanto lobbyist, was appointed to be Deputy Commissioner for Food at the FDA. up until quite recently, Michael Taylor was still with the FDA. He resigned in 2016, but this is a perfect example of the revolving door and how the FDA and other government agencies that are supposed to be protecting consumers can easily be swayed and distorted from their purpose, their mission of protecting consumers. Although the FDA isn't a bad agency, they do have their flaws. Even though the FDA is not perfect, their main purpose to protect consumers from harmful products is achieved. The overall mission and goal of the FDA is a noble thing.